All right, you anime fans out there. This is a quick announcement before we get going on the podcast. During the podcast, I mentioned that we are going to have voting for our topic that we're about to discuss on the 14th, up until the 14th. Well, we went ahead and changed that, and we're going to go ahead and have voting open all the way through the post on Instagram whenever you see that. So definitely check out our Instagram. And we're going to have, whenever we post that, up and through the 17th. So we're extending the period. And so definitely take the time to check out that Instagram post and leave comments and click on the survey so you can get involved and vote in the anime madness. So this is Sandy, and I really want you guys to enjoy the bracket reveal episode. Hear ye, and welcome to the Royal Geek Podcast, Anime Edition. I'm your host tonight, Justin Sandoval, a.k.a. Sandy, and I'm joined, as always, we got Trevor McGee, and we got my boy, JD. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
What's going on? You know, the Slytherin King himself, isn't it?
There you go.
Yes,
there you
hold
go.
on, I got the Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty. Yeah, I'm just all black, everything. Okay, so it's been a minute since we've had an anime episode. A lot's been going on. We have a very extensive March for you guys. Okay, so we're going to be dropping 3 pods this month of March. I'll just breaking that news on JD real quick. He didn't know that.
It's all right.
But March. When I say March, what comes to mind, fellas?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Pat. Okay, all right.
Pollen.
Yeah. Okay.
I did it on purpose. I'm setting you up. I'm giving you
wrong. You're both wrong. Although pollen sucks. Anyway, March Madness. Okay.
That's
so
right.
Yes, sir.
what is every podcast doing right now? They're doing some sort of bracket.
A bracket.
Right? So you know what? We're getting into this, but this is not just your ordinary bracket. This is something that we have put almost 2 months into planning. Okay. It has been very extensive. It started on a very small idea. And by small idea, Trevor, you want to go ahead and lay that small idea down?
Yeah. And if we've put 2 months into this, so if it does not go well, then y'all can put us on watch. Wellness checks every week. Okay, so the idea was, what is the best anime studio? That was the idea, and we could do a bracket of each studio and see who comes out on top. Well, as we dug into that, there's a lot of studios.
A lot of studios.
For sure.
And there are a lot of anime. So what this has turned into is a studio bragging rights best anime from the top studios.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there are going to be, this is 64 anime.
That's well, technically there's 68 because we're gonna do 4 play-ins.
Which, by the way, pull that up for me so I can see that.
That is
Yes.
a lot.
It's a lot. We're gonna break that down. 68 anime, the top dog with a very scientific method. We have a poll, a vote, pulling in other anime fans in the community to get their input. We're gonna wait the grades out, see who comes out on top, 1v1 all the way, best anime by the people. Now, we are also going to take the overall average grade and then bragging rights to the studio who has the best grade, and then bragging rights to the studio who has the championship anime.
Yep.
There you go.
And I guess really quickly before we jump in, let me go ahead and give the criteria.
Yes.
So, we'll start
absolutely.
there. So it's 64 anime. They're graded on 6 categories. We have animation. We have the opening, closing song, the combination, the story, the fights, the cultural impact, and the personal impact.
Sheesh. Did we go through a training arc? That's what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
we did. Yeah, we did go through the training arc. We're gonna have a flashback when things get rough.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is, we just wanted to dig into it. We wanted to see kind of how it goes. And the idea here is that certain studios, which will remain nameless, do a great job of picking good stories to animate. The studios go get them. Like, they're shopped and they pick who they want to work
bid.
with.
They essentially bid for the top
and
mangas.
so what studio has the best taste? Which one has the worst? And so that's how we arrived here.
Yeah.
And we are going to jump in. Anything you guys want to add?
I do want to add that if you are listening to this, we are going to be recording the episode that's going to start talking about the bracket on Tuesday the 14th. If you want to be involved in the survey and taking the survey, hit us up. Leave us a comment saying you want the survey. We'll go ahead and send you the link, and you can join in on that survey and partake in deciding who the best anime studio is.
Get your voice heard, because there's certain anime that I don't even care about that we're concerned because of someone's hatred.
See, so Trevor set up the survey, and JD and I have no idea, but he has all the knowledge, and he's been teasing. Like
I know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I know who the favorites are.
Yeah. So yeah, with all that being said, we want to reveal
this is the bracket reveal show, baby.
This is it, the bracket reveal.
This is the bracket reveal show.
Exactly.
Also, did you guys like, share, and subscribe? If not, please do it.
That's
hey,
right.
JD,
That's right.
JD
coming in with
Let's
the biz,
go.
man. That's good. Okay. All right. So, Trevor, go ahead and lay it on us thick.
All right. So we named each. So in March Madness, every region is named after the city they play in. For our bracket, we're naming every region off of the number 1 seed. So, without further ado, for the Kame House region, should be a dead giveaway.
Who the number 1 seed is there?
Number 1 seed is Dragon Ball Z.
That's right. All right.
And we should also say, how are the seeds? How is it seeded?
How is it seeded? It's 1 through 16 in one region, and then in the other 3 regions, it's also 1 through 16.
Right.
So,
and I'm trying to recall, what was our method for seeding this? We had a method. We stayed here till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, we did our ratings for
there it is.
Each studio's animes, and then we compiled those into an algorithm, and then it gave us the number 1 overall.
There it is. Yes. Thank you.
So for example, there's 16 teams in one region.
Yes.
We ranked them 1 through 16. Our personal rankings 1 through 16, and then we took the average of those.
Congrats!
And
I wasn't even drinking that night. I'm on a diet. You can see.
Wait, no, you
I'm
weren't.
Aquafina, Trevor.
The funny thing is that I was, and maybe we went a little too long that night. So I still remember that. So anyway,
number 1, Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, sir.
Dragon Ball Z. Number 16. Who's our play-in, Justin?
All right, so the play-in game. So number 16 seed for the Kame House is actually Fist of the North Star, but the play-in to try to get in the bracket is actually JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Ooh! I know, right? Okay, so JoJo. It was tough, man. The only reason that it's in the play-in is because
the studio had 1 anime, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
His studio, I think the studio that did JoJo's only had 1 or 2 animes.
That were like legitimate and votable.
Yeah, competitive, like you would actually know what they are, that kind of thing.
And it won out.
So JoJo is going to represent the straggler studios.
And I mean, I don't actually know the numbers for that, but I would feel very confident saying there's going to be a world-beating between DBZ and JoJo. If JoJo is not fighting DBZ when this thing goes live,
I know. I
will be surprised.
Right.
We might as well just cancel.
Exactly. All right, go ahead and run us down the rest.
All right. So in the next game, the 8 seed is Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus the 9 seed Code Geass.
Ooh, very different animes.
It's gonna be
nostalgia versus action, pretty much.
Yeah. It is.
Interesting.
Well, and then the characters in both of them though are very good. They're extremely good.
The storytelling, I don't know.
Except for Joey, but we won't go there.
I'm gonna cut Joey hater, huh?
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right. And the 5 seed Steins Gate versus the 12 seed Digimon.
Digimon and Steins Gate, also 2 very, very different.
Digimon's had a resurrection in my household. The kids have found the one that was released in 2020, like the reboot or whatever.
Oh, try.
It's been it's Tai is the one. Yeah, and they're cranking it out again.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Steins Gate, man, it's very elite, man.
It's great. I mean, it's a 5 seed.
Good.
You're talking about 2 different eras, though.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna be very interesting to see where people go with this.
Man.
All right, at the 4 seed. Pokemon.
Yes. Oh, very well seated there.
versus Gintama.
Okay. All right. Yes.
I mean, so again, like if you're putting money, you're betting on Pokemon.
But listen, Gintama, it's a comedy action anime, and it hits on all cylinders. So
it doesn't have Pikachu.
It doesn't have Pikachu.
I was about to say, can it beat Pikachu?
Okay. Well, we'll see. We're not here to debate that now, but we're gonna reveal.
Can you pull a Charizard out of a Gintama pack?
Yeah. I don't think so. All right, number 6, Berserk, the 1997 edition.
Yes.
Because there's some debate on the remake is mid. And then 11, Inuyasha.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
That'll
Let's see
be a fun
JD's favorite one over here. Listen,
That's
listen.
JD's
man.
Naruto.
They
JD is wanting to smoke the Inuyasha back immediately.
yes, but what do the fans? What do the fans say?
Exactly.
Listen, Berserk is a mature anime that has blood, gore, and guts, and Inuyasha is a little bit more dumbed down than that. It's more gauged towards teens.
You said dumb down, right?
Yeah. But I do love the characters in
This is
Inuyasha,
slander.
man. The characters they're very well rounded, I think, and there's a lot going on. So
All right, and then 3 is One Piece
of course.
versus Outlaw Star.
Okay.
Okay.
One Piece, I mean, it's on track to be one of the all-time best ever.
They're cranking, man.
Yeah, they are cranking. And then Outlaw Star, I mean, it's definitely it's OG, like older,
old school,
and it's
yeah.
one of those I would consider it in the fundamental range as far as like an anime fan. It's got a lot of action, and it just kind of it draws your attention.
You can get into it and you can get drawn in, but you might not necessarily be hooked.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say this for One Piece. One Piece is the Simpsons of anime.
Ooh.
Or the South Park of anime. You may not like it.
Always going.
You may not like it. You don't have to, because it's still going. And somewhere, it's like, quite frankly, and I hope, if this is the thing that takes the podcast off, I'll be so happy. It's y'all about to. It's kind of like Nickelback. Like I hear a lot of people say they don't like One Piece, but
Yeah.
someone's watching it. Everybody I talk to says they hate Nickelback, but they're still selling out.
Somebody's
stadiums.
listening to them.
Somebody's listening to them, man. They're making like it ain't me.
I didn't know
Is
where
it
you. No, I didn't know where you were going with
Is
that.
it
Are
you?
you talking about One Piece or Nickelback?
Nickelback.
I'm about to say I'm watching One Piece. I'm not listening to Nickelback.
I am struggling through One Piece right now, trying to catch up, but I'm moving.
man.
There's snail speed.
There's a dissonance between like
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
A
Actually,
lot of
I didn't know
hate.
where you were going with that
Yeah,
analogy.
no,
but
no.
You
One
made
Piece
it.
Is there a knock at your door?
Better.
They're coming to cancel Trevor. That's what they're going to do.
No, come,
Yeah.
bring it. That's my first cancelable take in like 6 months. I feel
Don't worry,
great
I got
about
probably
it.
like 4 more of the rest of this episode. Let's go.
You're full of them. All right, number 7, Sailor Moon versus Akame got killed.
Gosh, man, Sailor Moon is just. It came into my life at just the right point, man. It was very, very good.
Between puberty,
Probably, yeah, actually. But it also like Dragon Ball Z was after Sailor Moon, so you were there on the TV watching Toonami. Sailor Moon would wrap up. You'd obviously watch that because you were waiting for Dragon Ball Z.
I went through some Sailor Moon episodes, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
I
no,
was
trust
here.
me. It's great. It's solid. If you guys are hating on Sailor Moon, you got to give it a shot. It's really good.
Including one of the greatest memes of all time, which is Tuxedo Mask, and he says, he's standing there. He says, "Well, my job here is done," and then she goes, "But you didn't do anything," and he just leaves.
Yes.
That's one of the greatest memes of all time.
Oh, always.
All right, number 2, and then after we hit this, I'm gonna go 1 through 15 on the numbers here. But it's Cowboy Bebop versus Mobile Suit Gundam.
Ooh.
I would say Cowboy Bebop is, and this is not from any kind of hidden information. I just feel because of the impending DBZ JoJo showdown
Yeah.
that I feel is going to happen. I feel that Cowboy Bebop might be the actual favorite of the bracket.
I think it's lucky to be number 2 at this point because I feel like all the 16/play-ins are very strong from here on out. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop it's gonna take a lot to beat that one.
Cowboy Bebop led a lot into anime, man. A lot of people are
It's a big
carried
deal.
from Cowboy Bebop. It fed a lot.
And if you
into
think about it, they put the space western like on the map for
sure.
Mainstream. It's a big factor in that.
agreed.
So good. So 1 through 15, Dragon Ball Z, Cowboy Bebop. Let me find my 3 here. Where'd it go? It's
One
hiding
Piece.
from me. One Piece. Yep. And 4 is Pokemon. 5 is Steins Gate. 6 is Berserk. 7 is Sailor Moon. 8 is Yu-Gi-Oh. 9 is Code Geass. 10, Akame ga Kill. 11, Inuyasha. 12, Digimon. 13, Gintama. 14, Outlaw Star. 15, Mobile Suit Gundam, a.k.a. the one that JD and Sandy both hate. So that is the Kame House region. All right, right now, just before we know anything, who are you picking to come out of this region? Final 4. Who's your...
Oh, that's too tough right now to say.
You got to
I
pick
think we
one. You just got to throw one. Where's your heart?
I
Listen to your heart.
Cowboy Bebop.
All right, what about you?
Crazy enough, Pokemon.
Dang, that's a.
This is literally the murder bracket.
Yeah.
There's I don't know. I think there's another one that might be the bracket of death.
Watch
but
we both be wrong.
region of death.
Mobile Suit Gundam wins or something.
Oh, please
I would be
don't.
so happy,
Please don't.
man.
I'm
I'd be
anti-mech,
so
man.
happy. I don't even like it. It just made me laugh. I'm gonna stick with the 1 seed and go DBZ.
Okay.
But I stand by what I said earlier, where I could see Cowboy Bebop going.
Okay.
All right, so the next region, Greed Island. Where is that from, boys?
The one and only Hunter x Hunter.
That is
right.
right. So leading off Greed Island, the 1 seed, Hunter x Hunter. Who is the play-in?
Play-in. Okay, so the 16 seed is the Ancient Magnus Bride, and the play-in to get in is Fire Force.
Ooh.
Yeah, another strong play-in matchup, and it's only because the studio Fire
Doesn't-
Force didn't have a lot of options, and so they're going to play in to get in because
Yep.
that's where they're at.
It would be very cool if one of the studios with like 1 or 2 anime won. That would be
that would
very
be wild.
funny. Yeah.
Bragging rights right there.
So this is one of the ones. So everything I said about JoJo earlier, I split it in half. Fire Force should absolutely clear, but then Fire Force is going to get just bushwhacked.
Obliterated.
Like this is like a play. So if we're going to go with NCAA, this is like Kentucky running up on like Loyola Marymount or something. Like it's just if they win, it's going to be an all-timer.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
Hunter x Hunter versus either Magnus Bride or Fire Force.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, the 8 seed Banana Fish versus the 9 seed Vinland Saga.
I just got into Banana Fish, and it does not disappoint. It is very good. But Vinland Saga,
Vinland Saga is
strong first season. I'm not really digging Farmville. I'm not.
It's Farmville, man, and I'm curious to see how that works. Again, I'm way deep into the manga, and it's
worth it.
it is if you like a story that's not the same.
If you like sadness and depression, you'll like it.
Okay.
Which I'm telling you, boys, I do.
I do. You like it.
Yeah,
You like
I
it a lot.
I love sadness and depression.
All right, keep it rolling.
All right, number 5, one of my early anime of the year, just for me personally, for last year, Spy Family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So good. And then versus, that's the 5 seed versus the 12 seed, Seraph of the End.
It's solid. That's solid anime
It's
too.
a good grouping, I think.
Yeah, I think vampires versus spies and assassins. That's gonna be interesting.
That'd be a hell of a movie, just like generally speaking. Like
A good crossover.
Yeah, like that'd be really cool. Like
That's great.
Mission Impossible vampires.
All right, that's solid. Solid
Like,
matchup.
I'm here for that. All right, at 4, Death Note versus 13, Inuyashiki.
Okay.
Ooh,
See,
okay.
Inuyashiki is only 11 episodes, but
Mhm.
it's coming out of the studio. It's one of their
top dogs.
top dogs, and
Yeah.
it does a lot with animation. It's kind of dabbles into the 3D, 2D realm where they kind of just push the limits on that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a tough matchup though for.
Yep. No, yeah, it is. That's Death Note versus Inuyashiki. That's 4 and 13. I mean, the next one, 6, Jujutsu Kaisen versus Trigun, the OG.
Ooh.
The new one, which is one of my early watches for
Mhm.
like you need to be on this train.
Mhm.
But the new one doesn't have enough feet under it to get
Yeah.
into this. Like it
Mhm.
just dropped.
Yeah,
And-
it's. I feel like this is gonna be a stranglehold right here. So.
Yeah, so it's the OG Trigun versus JJK,
Mm.
and I think this actually we'll see what our voters how old they are.
Yeah. Oh, this will determine for sure.
Yeah.
You can tell the age.
Because JJK is great. I would
Yeah.
say it's definitely a high B of the new gen of anime. Like it's a B plus, B plus, and Trigun was good, man.
Yeah.
All right, at 3, One Punch Man versus 14, God of High School.
Ooh.
Also-
Animation for both these are fantastic.
They are.
Fun fact: 3 and 3 both begin with the word one. One Piece was a
One
3
Punch
seed,
Man,
and
yeah.
One Punch Man 3
That's
seed.
great. Do we have another? No.
We'll find out. We'll find out. So One Punch Man versus God of High School. I know who would win in an actual fight.
Yeah. Oh, obviously.
But who's gonna win in this one? Any thoughts?
Ooh.
It's gonna be tough to beat Saitama. That's all I gotta say.
It's really good.
I feel like people are gonna think that God of High School fell off, so it's gonna be rough.
All right, 7, Chainsaw Man
Mm.
Oh, okay.
versus
New favorite. Yeah.
10, Vivi Fluorite Eye Song.
Ooh.
Ah.
Beautifully.
This
beautifully
is this is a
animated.
Sandy like
Yeah.
big fan.
Listen,
This
I
Sandy.
love Vivey, dude.
Vivey, there it is.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
It looks
Stunning. Yeah.
You can
Stunning.
tell how
Absolutely
much
stunning.
I like it by the fact that I mispronounced his name.
Yeah.
So
her name. Yes.
Yep, there it is.
Anyway, it's a great animated anime.
mm-hmm.
So.
All right, and then 2v15, Attack on Titan versus Overlord.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I think with the return of Attack on Titan, final chapters.
Man, and
What the?
it's here.
We got a
Just
guess.
got a guest. Yeah. But anyway, it's just so solid. It opened up so strong too for the final chapters.
Man, and so I'm gonna make a gripe. Everybody was complaining about the breaking up of the seasons, and now it's back, and everybody's back. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna leave out the first word, but they're writing. The people are writing once again.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. It's a great anime.
I mean, I think it's the most confusing release timeline in the history of the world.
It's because
but
they have
you might as well have just broken it up to another season. But
they have the animators locked in a closet somewhere, man.
that's
Some.
yeah.
So
But I'm excited. I'm excited.
So let's go. We've got Hunter x Hunter versus the playing game of who's playing the game again?
Fire Force
Yeah.
and Magnus.
So that's your
H.
1 to
Bragg.
16. So 2 Attack on Titan, 3 is One Punch Man, 4 is Death Note, 5 Spy Family. Let me find 6 Jujutsu Kaisen, 7 Chainsaw Man, 8 Banana Fish, 9 Vinland Saga, 10 Vivy, Fluorite Eye Song. That is Vivy is a lady. Trigun, Seraph of the End, that's 11 and 12, 13 Inuyashiki, 14 God of High School, 15 Overlord, and then 16 The Playing Game.
Yep.
All right, we're moving to the next bracket. This is, again, the Entertainment District region. Does anyone know what that is from?
Take a wild guess.
Yeah, take a wild guess. Demon Slayer, number 1 overall seed. I think this is if I'm not mistaken, so far, this is the newest anime
It
to grab
is to
number
make a
1.
1 seed. Yeah.
Wow, Demon Slayer, which so I've seen some people say the animation carries. Like the story is not so great. I don't agree.
I really like the story. I really do.
I think that it's not my favorite, but it deserves all the praise. If
Yeah.
that makes any sense. I like it.
Yeah.
It's just not my favorite.
Once they
Well-
get to the next arc, I think they'll change their mind.
Yeah.
And
And I'm going to make a bold statement here. I do think out of the number 1 seeds that have been mentioned so far, this definitely has the best animation.
Ooh.
Okay, I can agree.
I'm just thinking the only thing my brain went to is Majin Vegeta versus Goku. And
Fair,
I was like,
fair,
that
but-
one moment might could carry.
But
Hand-drawn.
when he does the water breathing form, like it just looks
It's pretty.
absolutely
It's
The way that
incredible.
they draw
Mhm.
that anime, it's like nuts.
yeah, it's beautiful.
But yeah,
Who are they looking at?
All right, so Demon Slayer, it's a tough play-in again, but the 16 seed is Fate series, or most likely it's going to be Fate Stay Night because that's the better rated of the Fate series. And the play-in is that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Shout out.
What a strong play-in game again.
Yeah,
man.
and
This
that's
is gonna
I
be-
think this same studio is Fire Force, and I want to say that that's their only 2 notable anime.
Yes,
Why do we
correct.
do this to ourselves?
Yeah,
Man.
they need to be doing better animation. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah, they gotta get
man.
busy.
But the
yeah.
2 ones that we named, they carry.
They do. It's gonna be wild.
There's gonna be a fight, and then
The one seeds are they're gonna have their
Yeah, for sure. It's
I
gonna
was
be
gonna
tough.
say, so like I'm more familiar with slime. I think it's great. I would say like if you sat me down with, if I didn't know anything, just empty space, and you said Demon Slayer, slime, I watched them both back to back and forth all the way through. I don't know where I'd land. To be honest, I really don't. Like if I
Okay.
just crank them completely without any knowledge of external hype. Like obviously the hype of Demon Slayer helps to boost it in my brain.
Of course, yeah.
Because like culturally, one of our grades, culturally it's huge.
Yeah,
Massive.
for
And
sure.
so like that's big. But if you put me in a closet with these 2 anime, I don't know I don't know which one's coming out.
Okay,
Like,
fair.
I don't know. So
Fair
that's one and the 16 seed will be either Slime or Fate.
Yes.
8 and 9. This is a fun one. This is Neon Genesis Evangelion
Okay.
versus the 9 seed Naruto.
Okay. Yeah. I think
I've never Sandy. I don't know.
listen,
I haven't even looked at your votes,
I am so glad
but I
that-
know that you slandered Naruto.
No.
I can
Listen.
feel it.
Listen, I'm so glad that Naruto is going up against Neon Genesis because Neon Genesis is pretty elite.
But you know what's funny? Again, you have to remember what kind
age.
of audience are we
Yeah.
gonna get that's gonna vote.
You're right.
I mean,
You're right.
yeah.
Fair enough.
And I'll say this too. Like, so this is.
I'll save my slander.
No, yeah. Well, so when I set up this, our survey is through a website, and it sends an email every time someone completes a survey to me and only me. And funny enough, everybody did theirs and it came fine. When Sandoval did his, it actually sent as malicious spam. I'm assuming because of what he graded Naruto.
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, and so I didn't open it. I don't know what he graded because I didn't want my phone to get hacked.
A virus?
Yeah,
Fair
like
enough.
A critical virus. So,
Fair enough.
all right, here we go. 5 and 12 is going to be interesting. I just watched one of these 2 weeks ago. My Neighbor Totoro versus Kiki's Delivery Service.
Ooh.
I just watched Kiki over the weekend.
I forgot. Kiki is a vibe, dude.
It is. It's
It
such
is.
like a chill anime.
It is.
man.
It is
It
very
just-
chill.
It is so good.
But like Totoro is it's unique. Like it's very different.
Cultural impact.
I mean, there's a lot going on with
The
Totoro
cat is
as
their
well.
spokesperson, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's there.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. He's ubiquitous.
So yeah, great matchup, and it's tough that it's got to be Ghibli versus
The
Ghibli.
same studio.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was man. I
This
want
is,
to.
this is close to being a region of death. This one.
Yeah, we need to go back when we're done with all this and like lay out this. Like I have a podcast with the studios and just put all we're entered like by studio and really explain that.
Yeah.
Because the Ghibli one was crazy.
Oh yeah, it was hard. It was hard,
And we had to make cuts.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
We had to make cuts. So 4 and 13, Howl's Moving Castle versus Gurren Lagann.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Man.
I could drop if I were a betting man
Mm-hmm.
and there was actually a market for this. I would be comfortable betting on Gurren Lagann.
Really?
Okay. All
Because
right.
when you bet, you want to get return, right?
Right.
You want to bet. You don't want to bet on a favorite. So
Take it-
that's,
yeah.
I feel good.
I get it. I get it.
Makes
Is it
sense.
13 seed?
Yeah.
Lagann?
Yeah.
Woo!
That's a high. Yeah. That's a strong 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to lose your money, though.
Hey, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
All right, at 6 versus 11, Princess Mononoke versus Black Clover.
Ooh. Okay.
By the way, Black Clover movie comes out this year.
It did.
Yeah.
31st.
Yeah.
This month.
This month?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
Is it a continuation or is it a out?
I
Is it,
believe
think-
it was a sequel.
Yeah.
Is it a My
Is
Hero
it?
deal? Because like
I thought it was.
You sure it's not an OVA? Is it not like a...
because like My Hero has a
I
movie
hope
like every
not,
3 years, and
Yeah,
it's
and they're
something- or
never
like-
canon.
Yeah, and Dragon
Yeah.
Ball wasn't.
I
Until,
thought this was a canon sequel.
I have
To
go
bridge
look
the
it
gap.
up.
I
I'm
need
not
to
sure.
I don't
know how much I need to watch in the next 3 weeks.
They usually don't do movies like that, though.
Well, it's happening more and
it's
more,
happening
though.
like Demon Slayers.
That's how Demons, which is honestly a brilliant marketing move. Like,
But then they just go and make that season anyways. It's just
That's
like
what they're gonna
it's
do.
like Super. How
Yeah.
Super they make a
Mhm.
movie and then they go back and redo that
yeah,
episode.
more detail.
So
Well,
maybe.
But Super, all their movies so far haven't been real true canon. Like the Resurrection F kind of was, but they retconned everything with the actual show. But Superhero is actually, per the manga,
Right.
is actually going to be canon,
Mhm.
which is again I'm a
Gonna be
Gohan
amazing.
Gohan fanboy, so we're eating so good. And also Budokai Tenkaichi 4.
Oh man.
Boy,
Don't
we're off topic, but I had a moment.
Yeah.
I had a moment
It
when I
was,
saw
it was
that.
a good reveal.
I
Good
was-
reveal.
Oh God, very excited. So sorry. All right, that was 6 and 11. Princess Mononoke versus Black Clover. I know who I want to win that, even though I love one of them. I know who I want to win. And then we have 3 and 14. Yu Yu Hakusho versus Tokyo Ghoul.
Dang. That's a tough.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Is
don't-
it though?
I don't know who's gonna win, but I know who's gonna have the highest graded opener.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
I know who's gonna have that.
Oh, hey, don't sleep on Use opener though.
I'm
Don't
not,
sleep on it.
I'm not asleep, but I am knocked out. I'm passed out.
Oh my god.
I can't wake up. All right, so that's 3 and 14. Any thoughts?
I don't want to give too much away right now.
Okay, my expectation-
I have thoughts though.
My expectation is that Yu Yu clears easily, but there's an age thing there.
yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you
I think-
even if you watched it,
Mhm.
if your appreciation is slanted towards newer, slicker,
Right.
Yeah.
I do think that this is going to sound blasphemy, but I do think if any original anime in the 90s, early 90s needs a remake, I think Yu Yu needs a remake.
that'd be dope.
I
yeah.
agree. I didn't know they even had some like 2-shot OVAs that were made in 2018, and the animation was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
All right.
I would. You heard us, Anime Studios, with all of our power, and
We're going to will it.
and all of the people.
Yeah.
The dozens. All right, so 7, Bleach versus 10, Grave of the Fireflies.
Ooh.
This is a tough.
Dean.
This is a tough bracket.
Man, it's
crap, man.
every matchup is just murder. It's
Wow.
it's brutal.
Okay.
Also, just a extremely aggressively different vibe of the content.
Yeah.
Grave of the Fireflies is one of the most
sad.
It is just
Yeah.
devastating. And then 2v15, Spirited Away versus Toriko.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oof. Spirited Away, in my opinion, is like close to a masterpiece, man. Like it is absolutely incredible. So
It's crazy because a lot of people, what a lot of people don't recognize is there are so many Ghibli fans. Like,
Oh, I know.
You can't go to an anime convention and
Mm-hmm.
somebody not know what Studio Ghibli is. You know, it's one of those things that you have to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Cowboy Bebop, Attack on Titan, and Spirited Away as our 2 seeds so far.
Okay. All right.
All right, so to recap, we have Demon Slayer at 1, 2 Spirited Away, 3 Yu Yu Hakusho, 4 Howl's Moving Castle, 5 My Neighbor Totoro, 6 Princess Mononoke, 7 Bleach, 8 Neon Genesis Evangelion, 9 Naruto, 10 Grave of the Fireflies, 11 Black Clover, 12 Kiki's Delivery Service, 13 Gurren Lagann, 14 Tokyo Ghoul, 15 Toriko, and then 16 will be the play-in of
Fate series versus Slime.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yep.
That's
This is the murder bracket. Is that what you
I
said? the
think
name
this
was?
one is. Yeah, I think this one is.
the first one and this one are the ones where I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
rough.
tough. It's gonna be tough.
All right, so the last region, the Transconfiguration Circle. What is that from? Now that one actually might get some people.
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe.
It might, because it's not a location so much.
No.
Like, and they don't really.
Well, it could be a
They,
location.
they don't talk about it in the show as much as some of these other things are. Like, it's not like like Kame Houses on. Like,
It literally, yeah, it's
it's
all
a
right
slide of every.
As long as
like,
we're not sacrificing anything.
well,
Yeah.
you could be on the table. Like, who knows?
JD's stuck in some armor around the house.
Yeah, we gotta do
Is there
like-
armor around here.
Show Tucker could pop out and
We got to. That's me. Like, we got to do. It's an evens trade for a trade. All right, so the 1 seed in this region, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
yes sir.
Also close to being a masterpiece, in my opinion.
it's-
This is
yeah.
one of the first ones I've actually read hardcover manga.
Oh.
dang. Okay.
A lot of respect. Yeah, deserving. It's good. I'm working through that right now. I literally had to take a break after the Shao Tucker. I was early. Like, I'm only in season 1. I was a Shao Tucker, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to stop.
Yeah, it got dark real quick.
Yeah,
I was like,
it
I
does.
wasn't expecting this at all. It reminded me of the Hunter x Hunter when the Chimera Ant arc started,
Yeah.
and the kids are playing on the river, and you're like, yeah, but they'll be fine though.
Ooh.
Like they'll be fine though. They'll be fine, and then you keep waiting, and then you're like,
nope.
and then even at the end of the thing, like they'll be fine. It's like, nothing was ever fine.
He got sad.
Yeah, I got upset. So that's one Full Metal Alchemist. Who are they? Who's
Yeah, the 16th seed is Kuroko no Basket and Kuroko's basketball, and their play-in might be one of the hottest play-ins that are ever existed.
It is.
And
I love it.
It Blue Lock.
2 sports animes.
It'd be a fun one to watch.
Yes.
Yes sir.
Golly. Okay. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I freaking love Blue Lock, man.
Blue Lock is incredible.
That's gonna be a really good one.
Yeah.
I don't even know how. I don't even know how.
I know.
I don't even know how. Like, it's as good as it is. It's literally
Man.
Yeah.
the way they're doing it. Is just
If you guys are
flawless.
sleeping on Blue Lock, then you
Wake
need to
up.
wake up.
Wake
Yeah.
up. You can stay asleep on whatever I was sleeping on, but you need to wake up on that.
Man.
So that's the
All right.
one in the play-in. 8 versus 9. Moriarty the Patriot versus Soul Eater.
Okay, so I'm going through Moriarty right now as we speak.
Go tell us about it.
This show is just like it's amazing.
crazy?
It's amazing.
I can't start.
I love it.
I can't start until I get my wife into it.
Yeah,
because
she would love it.
I know,
mean,
because it was a Sherlock Holmesy type
it is.
situation.
It
and
is.
that is
And-
her bread and butter.
And the greatest thing about it so far is that like Moriarty is like he's the main guy, right?
He's the Patriot.
He's the main guy up through like the first 9 or 10 episodes, and then Sherlock comes into the picture, and then just their dynamic, and then like the whole mind game of going back and forth, and just it is just incredible.
That's pretty crazy.
Absolutely incredible.
and then there's Soul Eater.
Soul Eater is solid too.
It's
It is.
classic,
It's
man.
classic. It is.
All right. That's 8 and 9. 5 Psychopaths versus 12 Sword Art Online.
Okay.
There's a lot of things to say about this one. You got Street Cops versus an MMO.
Very different.
Very different.
Animation styles, though. I mean, they're both very, very good. Psychopath does some really cool. Animation sequences, and then Sword Art, the whole digitizing, and then into the video game world, and just the battle scenes, fight scenes, and the appearing of the swords and the weapons.
I was gonna say the boss fights make Sword Art pretty legit,
Yeah.
man. That was one of the things that brought me in was, the different levels you're basically going up through a tower. It's pretty crazy.
Solid.
All right, so at 4 and 13, JD, what's your favorite anime?
Magi.
There it is, Labyrinth of Magic, number
Nice.
4, going up against Haikyuu 13.
Oh, okay.
This is really going to be sitting with the fans. This matchup right here.
I
You may
agree.
end up being very disappointed.
I know not a lot of people know about Magi. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you there. We're gonna create a platform for you to get this
We're gonna
out
have
to the public.
He's gonna have Magi's Corner every
Yeah,
episode.
We should do
Yeah.
Magi's Corner.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? The next anime convention, I'm just gonna set up a booth and it's nothing but Magi.
You
There
should.
you
You
go.
should sit there and just talk. Just like it's like
Yeah.
spreading the gospel, man, with a Magi. Like, can I interest you in the news of our favorite anime, Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic?
Aladdin, he's my savior. Yeah.
Go for it. Go for it. All right, number 6 versus number 11. For whatever reason, these are not anywhere close to the same, but in my brain, they sit in the same spot, which is gonna be really weird.
What?
Mob Psycho 100 and Ghost in the Shell.
You know what? I can understand that.
I don't know how they are, but it
Yeah.
just feels like they're not the same, like a spiritual successor in some way. Like,
Right,
I don't
no.
know. Like, it's something.
I don't know.
Maybe it's the vibe. It's like a
Maybe the vibe. Yeah.
dark,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a dark vibe
I
on
can see
both
that.
of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For
Okay.
sure. I get
It's
it.
something about it. I was like, yeah. But that's going to be super, again, old and new. Mob Psycho has some of the best. God bless.
Yeah.
It's so good and so well animated.
Yeah.
Number 3, My Hero Academia. At 14, Ouran Host Club.
Oh
Okay.
man, God! If they're
Both have to deal with high school, so
That is true.
That's we got a even comparison there.
There we do.
if the female community doesn't come out, though, I mean, who's gonna win
Yeah,
that one?
I
It's
think
rough.
we're 100% male listener base, by the way. So
Yeah, no,
that's
it's-
gonna be
we got to work on the
rough.
demos. And I went for Noel too, man. I'm out here. I'm trying to do this.
Fighting for
you did.
Noel, huh?
Mm.
So yeah, that one's gonna be interesting. I mean, obviously, I've been not shy about where my allegiances lie.
Mhm.
In
Of
this,
course.
in this matchup. I definitely want it to win. I think if we can let season 6 be entered into the matchup, it clears fairly easily to me. All right, 7-10 matchup, 86 Bungo
Yes.
Stray Dogs.
Oh,
okay. We got 2 new age ones.
Fun thing, and then I'm gonna let you get at it.
Mhm.
All of our tight, like 8, 9, 7, 10, really worked out well. Where there's not, like, pretty much when we look at Spirited Away versus Toriko, like, we know who the favorite is there.
Yeah.
yeah.
When we
Right.
look at My Hero Ouran, we know who when we look at Cowboy Bebop versus whoever in the entire
Right.
bracket, we know who the favorite. But these are where it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's tough. It is tough.
I could
86
go
is
either
solid.
way.
It is.
You're a big 86 guy.
Yeah, I do. I'm a very big advocate for that. So
You give show us the tattoo, man.
no,
Show us the tattoo. 'Cause I've heard about 86 a lot in the
Yeah.
last 3 weeks.
I got Undertaker. No.
Oh man.
All right.
So that's 86 and Bungo.
Yep.
Now 2v15. Your Lie in April versus Fairy Tale.
Man.
Okay.
Again, we should know where this
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Fairy Tale's huge out there, man.
I don't know. One of those things. I'm a huge advocate for fairy tale slander. I hate it. I hate fairy tale.
you really do. I
I
was telling
do.
Sandy before he got here. My kids actually, I think it might be their favorite anime, and we were talking about that
I'm
because
so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I was telling him it kind of has like a very CW The Flash like villain of the week.
Yep.
A lot of humor, a lot of cheap laughs, and 13-year-olds
Copy
eat
and
that crap
paste
up.
every episode.
They don't mind that as long as they get to get the laughs.
They don't know about the death that could come.
Yeah.
Like,
Like it's been so that's interesting. And then also I will say, like, Your Lie in April, very good, but much more niche.
you got to be mature
Very,
to really understand.
Very
Don't
niche.
play that card. Don't you play the maturity card. You gotta be
I'm serious.
you gotta be an
Do
adult
you not,
to
though?
understand.
You got to be mature, man. It's a lot of.
There's
It's really deep. It's
layers.
really
There's
deep.
It is.
layers.
There are a lot of layers, and that's the thing, which is why this is of all the 215s, this is the one I think is the most dangerous.
Mhm.
Ironically, just because Fairy Tale is a shonen,
right.
Yeah.
Correct. That's true.
and has much more. I mean, much more popular appeal.
I
and
agree.
That cultural imprint and all that. It's not as good looking, like it's not as well written,
Mm-mm.
and this is just my opinion.
Yeah. No.
But And we have actually quite a few votes so far. So it's my opinion doesn't carry a whole lot of weight.
One of the things
yours
you
or
can't
yours.
say is, the score in your lie in April. You can't say it's bad.
No,
No,
you
yeah,
cannot.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for.
All right.
So, all right, before we close this thing out, let me go 1 through 16. So we have Full Metal Alchemist 1, 2 Your Lie in April, 3 My Hero Academia, 4 Magi, 5 I just lost it. Psychopaths, 6 is Mob Psycho, 7 86, 8 Moriarty the Patriot, 9 Soul Eater, 10 Bungo Stray Dogs, 11 Ghost in the Shell, 12 Sword Art Online, 13 Haikyuu, 14 Oran Host Club, 15 Fairy Tail, and then the play-in.
16 Croco No Basket, and Blue Locket the play-in.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So before we close it out, toss out your overall favorite. I need you to pick overall favorite.
Oh my gosh,
Just
man. Why do you do this to us?
It's not the one that you're going to vote for
Mm-hmm.
necessarily. Maybe it is, but it's the one that you think the people are going to vote for.
Okay, how about this? How about you just choose a random bracket and we pick one out of there? I feel like
All right, I'm going to give you every
It's too
bracket.
much.
So Kame House, who's coming?
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Probably DBZ.
DBZ?
Yeah,
okay,
probably.
I'm going to I don't think so. I'm going to say I said it earlier. I'm going to stick with it. DBZ.
Okay.
But Cowboy is there.
Yeah.
It is not playing.
It's very close.
Greed Island.
Mm.
High Notes, Hunter x Hunter, Attack on Titan, One Punch Man.
I do think it's Attack on Titan. I do.
As much as I like Hunter x Hunter, I might have to agree with this.
It was a cultural movement. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think Attack on Titan too. It's too powerful. All right, the Entertainment District.
Oh man, I don't know. Spirited Away. I hate to say it, but
Wow.
yo, it's so,
Actually, you know what? I can get behind that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm riding and dying on Demon Slayer on this one.
Okay.
I think going back to the fairy tale
Yeah.
statement, it's a shonen.
It is.
but it's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, and then the Transconfiguration Circle. It is late.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This one is.
This is the most interesting bracket because I could see anything coming out like it's interesting. This is a super interesting bracket.
Yeah.
Mob Psycho 100 is up there, and it's a 6 seed.
That's true. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna say Your Lie in April.
Okay. I don't hate it.
I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna vote with my heart because I know it's not gonna win. I'm gonna say Mob Psycho. I want to pick one just crazy
Different,
freaking dark
yeah,
horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dark horse. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Mob Psycho
Okay.
in this one because I think Full Metal Alchemist. You had the early one that wasn't as good, and
Agreed.
I think that could have maybe turned some folks off. We'll see. All right. So anything else?
No, that's it. There's the bracket reveal.
If you want your favorite anime to win, you need to comment,
Please,
Yes.
please,
and
please.
we will send you with much haste
Yes.
the link to vote on this thing.
Exactly.
Send it
And
to your
takes-
friends.
Yeah, it takes
Send it to
no
your
information. You ain't got to put anything in there.
Yep.
You just just click the link and vote.
Yeah.
It'll be
So,
great.
definitely do that. Hit subscribe. Follow us on YouTube. Go ahead and wherever you're listening to this, hit like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Okay.
And donate to our Patreon because that we don't have because
not active. Not
because
active.
Sandoval's his winery is falling into a state of disrepair.
Oh, do you see that, man? I was embarrassed.
It was bad.
I was embarrassed.
It was bad. The
All right.
winery is not up to snuff.
Heard the police came.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, that's it. Come back next week and we start breaking down these brackets, and it's going to be
with some results.
Yes, with some results from the surveys. So, very excited to talk about that with you guys. For myself, Sandy, Trevor, and JD, we are the Royal Geek Podcast Anime Edition, and we will see you next time, you peasants.